It's the year 2022. Long gone is the failed economy and crippled supply chain. Psych, it's actually getting worse. In order to better protect our inoculation agenda, our special interest groups, and to maximize your dependency on the government, we will now be implementing a proof of inoculation requirement for all travel across the US and Canada border, whether essential or non-essential, coming soon this January 15th. According to the CTA, the Canadian Truck Alliance, around 20% of Canadian truck drivers and 40% of US truck drivers have not received this special medical procedure. The CTA is also warning that this mandate could further trouble the North American supply chain that is already facing a massive driver shortage. Oh, you thought the recent spike in food prices of 4.7% was pretty high? Well, it's going to get a hell of a lot worse. We are extremely concerned there is a perfect storm brewing, said the Canadian Trucking Alliance president. It is unclear how the supply chain in the trucking industry can withstand further turmoil and still deliver critical products Canadians and Americans need, such as food. Well, obviously, the president of the Canadian Trucking Alliance is one of those conspiracy theorists. Nothing bad is going to happen after we instantaneously remove thousands of truck drivers from the industry overnight. Kind of like how we left Afghanistan overnight. That was very successful and caused no issues. Oh, we actually stranded thousands of Americans and left behind $85 billion worth of weapons to the Taliban. No one asked you. Now, it is very important to get these last truckers inoculated. Even though they have been traveling across the border back and forth for the last 2 years without any previous issues or problems, we just really need to track, trace, and database these last drivers into the QR code system that we've been developing. We just really need to protect these last drivers. Now, some skeptics might proclaim to the fact that these medical procedures do not stop the spread of the virus, and the majority of the hospitalizations due to this virus are with people that have been already fully inoculated, as you can see here by these charts provided by the Ontario government. Also, these crazy extremists keep pointing out to the dozens and dozens of studies that prove that natural immunity is actually more effective. But we need to ignore these critical thinkers and trust the TV science. And remember, if you ask questions, you're anti-science. Actually, asking questions is the literal foundation of science. It's actually a part of the scientific method. Well, our Prime Minister says you're anti-science, a racist, and a misogynist.
Qui croient pas dans la science, qui sont souvent misogynes, souvent racistes aussi.
For their anti-vax beliefs, for their misogynistic beliefs.
Yeah, what he said. You do know misogyny is the hatred of women by definition, so I'm not really sure what that has to do with the medical procedure. Also, what does racism have to do with my freedom of choice as a Canadian citizen and asking questions? That literally makes no logical sense at all. Definitions don't matter anymore. All that matters is using buzzwords and getting an emotional reaction from the general public. It is also important to note that the Women's Trucking Federation of Canada found that 56% of respondents said they will not take this medical procedure in response to the mandate. Well, wait, according to Justin Trudeau, these female truck drivers must be misogynists too. Imagine hating yourself, silly women. In conclusion, be prepared to wait many months for any of the appliances you have to ship in, and maybe start looking into a garden so you can grow your own food. Well, unless you live in Ontario during the winter, then I guess you're kind of just screwed. But regardless, you should still be very thankful that we are causing all of this suffering for your personal health and safety. Stay safe.